Howdy! Hey, I have a question for everybody. Does anybody have an opinion on electric motorcycles? I think that should be our topic today. You know, electric motorcycles versus gas-powered motorcycles. Now, I know, we talk about electric and we talk about the future and the environment and everything, and we should take that into account. But let's look at some of the pros and cons of both vehicles. On one hand, you got an electric vehicle that you don't need gas as much. You just plug it in and then you could go for a ride. The performance is starting to get better, but there's still a lot to be hammered out with those. The battery technology, so forth. And they're starting to look pretty sleek in some of their designs. But I struggle with it right now because I don't think they're far enough in their development. A couple of reasons why I think I still prefer the gas-powered motors in motorcycles as well. And part of it is, the noise. Right now what I worry about when I'm riding if I'm riding an electric motorcycle is they're so darn quiet. You can't be heard coming up. Along with the safety factor of somebody hearing you come along, there's the cool factor of that loud engine revving. And, the ability for someone to see that and think, wow, So, that's another thing. It's the noise, the exhaust sound, things like that aren't there. I would hope that when they start putting these together and they start really mass marketing and they become popular, they start making, authentic gas-powered motorcycle sounds. That would be something. And then the second thing is, I'm not so sure you still have the freedom that you have with a fully functional gas power. Think about it. You probably have a shorter range factor. I've seen some of them being touted as getting 40 miles for a charge, and some of them probably longer. But, on a motorcycle like mine, I could get probably, maybe if I pushed it, maybe a couple hundred miles, something like that, maybe 150 to 200. I won't push it that far, but I could. And, I also feel like I have the power with this motorcycle. So those are some of the reasons why I kind of like the gas power versus maybe the electric. But again, the electric's cleaner. I think that once they've improved that technology, they're probably going to be easier to maintain. They're probably going to be able to function just as well, move just as fast. They just have to get that battery technology in order to where you can get several hundred miles to a charge. And then there's the idea of there's also the idea that there's no filling stations for them. How do you support them? Is there an infrastructure going to be available for electric bikes in the future? Right now, electric bikes and electric cars, you don't really see electric cars. Can you say that without any R's? But anyway, when you talk about electric bikes, I think they're the same as electric cars. You don't see as many fueling stations. So if you're wanting to take a long ride on a motorcycle, where are you going to stop and get some more energy, get some more electricity? And then how long does it take to actually charge it? If I want to go for a ride in my bike and you get a good look at the flooding right here, by the way. See all that rain coming through? Man, I got to slow down and try to get around this. This is what happens here when we get a lot of rain. But anyway, what about the time it takes to charge? Right now, if I want to get on my bike and ride, I just need the 5 or 10 minutes to run over and gas up, and then I'm on my way. But on a motorcycle, I have to be very diligent, and I have to be premeditated in a way to know to fuel up to start the charging the day before. I have to be able to go through a day before I'm going to leave and start charging it. maybe they've got it down, but I would think it would take at least a few hours to charge a battery, you know, whether it be ion or whatever else they're going to choose. So I wonder about those. You know, so it's convenience, it's time, it's the sound. To me, it's also safety because, you know, you don't hear them coming. I almost got hit in a garage by an electric car once. Just simply, I looked both ways, and the electric car just came out of nowhere, and I didn't hear it driving. All I heard was four wheels moving, kind of like what you hear if you hear you're pushing a car, and that was a little difficult. And oh my, okay, yeah, I'm not doing that. Let me see if I can get around this right here like this. Okay, wow, that's crazy. I mean, I'm going to have to think about going forward. You know, if I go too much further, that's what happens here when you get the rain. So back to electric motorcycles. I have seen a few that look pretty cool. I can't name them right now, but I know they're talking about mass marketing them in the future, and they intrigue me. But I just want to see them evolve a little bit more and get a little bit more, you know, get a little bit more reliability to it and get that engine technology going up. So what about you? What do you think about electric motorcycles? Do you agree with me? Gas right now is the better option, or do you believe we should start switching over right now? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below.